I'm fascinated personally, Jigyasa,
Same.
on the topic of humans and AI understanding each other. All right, because it's
Mhm.
definitely huge leap forward from, I don't know, 15 years ago, 10 years ago. All right, so more and more we can communicate almost in human language. At the same time, how do you see these boundaries, easing up with as we go?
Yeah, definitely. There is the lines are getting hazier. People are like warming up to this idea. There are also some hesitations, but I believe as long as we kind of like do not create fear in the minds of humans that they are going to be replaced, and it's more about like improving their lifestyles and quality of living. It's always going to be upwards and onwards from here.
Yep. And working in organizations, how about jumping into kind of working world realities? All right. Because
Hmm.
again, I speak with a lot of leaders, data scientists, AI enthusiasts, and leaders. All right. Because every company almost now forming their own way of handling, right, technology advancement with real
Hmm.
skills, right, with organizational reality. Because again, you cannot always, not every company can afford AI ivory tower group that will advise
Absolutely, yeah.
everyone, right? So you probably know that challenge. So where do you think we stand in terms of just realizing AI benefits, but being very realistic how to go about it?
Yeah, so that's where like these no code solutions come into play. You are easily able to build like an MVP without like a big group of like AI researchers and data scientists on board. So when you have like a basic product out, you can definitely hire more people and get induct more people into your organizations to grow. But with AI penetrating into each and every aspect, every organization, as we mentioned, is looking forward to inculcate that element in their products and services.
How does it make the overly educated, there's no such thing, but very highly educated, those ivory tower divas? Because we know there is this sentiment in organizations, because if you have a PhD on board, spent, I don't know, decades sometimes, right? Decades of educating, right? They deserve the recognition. And at the same time, where is this very human, very workable relationship where doesn't matter how much you study, doesn't matter how deep you are a specialist, all right? What's the consideration of ethics and considerations of even being in organization? How does that work? Because again, I hear there's some tensions in that department.
That's true, but I do not discount the the time and the effort they might have spent in getting like a graduate degree or something, because they have that knowledge of what happens on the low level. They know what algorithm is being used and what kind of like tweaking would help. All these like no code low code solutions that you have are mostly on the surface level. You cannot go deeper into them and tune them at a finer level. They are best at building, I would say, the first product, as we said, MVP. But if you have to like fine tune it or tweak it or like serve them like for performance scaling and all, you definitely need more educated in the terms of like more experienced people, I'd say.
Absolutely. And again, the leaders I'm speaking with, looks like everything accelerating, right? Data
Yeah.
trends, AI trends, technology trends, and people want to accelerate. I want to become whatever I want to become overnight almost. Okay. So I hear from wise people that take your time. Take your time, breathe easy. Okay. Experience comes with time. We cannot make shortcuts where we cannot make them. All right. So that's also kind of a reminder. I know
Yeah.
it's a very common thought, but it's a reminder, just be there, just practice, right, your skill, just get better with it. Okay, there is no major shortcuts in your career, Jigyasa. How did you go about that? Because we all sometimes impatient, we want
Mhm.
progress right away.
Yeah, I've definitely been through phases where there are like so many things that you want to try and work on, but it's also then important to kind of like slow down, because it's better to focus on one thing and do it end to end rather than having your hands in 10 different bowls and not even able to finish one of them. But it's also important to have an idea of like what's happening and keeping yourself up to date. So it's definitely a balance, a fine balance that you have to maintain about knowing things on surface level and then having your specialization that definitely helps grow in your career.
Your experience is immensely valuable. It's truly a huge example, right, for those who are thinking about themselves. And in this economic climate, I know
Yeah.
those who are on the field, they're not going to change the course because there will be better times for sure, just around the corner. But at the same time, when companies kind of slowing down and not looking necessarily for most shiny, beautiful project at the moment. So what's
Mhm.
the advice? I mean, what's the career advice when people have to rethink a little bit and maybe get realistic with their expectations?
Absolutely. I think preparing for the worst and hoping for the best is the mantra that I always swear by. That you should always, what could happen in the worst case, you should always have like a backup plan. And being that, just focus on your work and try to cut down noise. I know it's easier said than done. Talk to people, talk to your mentors, and really kind of like maintain that mental sanity for you to, focus on your work because as I said, better times are around the corner. These are just the testing times, and I'm myself learning through the process, going through the entire process myself. But these are the tidbits that are definitely helping me maintain your routine, maintain your mental sanity, talk to people, talk to mentors, and just hope for the best and prepare for the worst.
Sounds easy to do. Sounds easy to do. I encourage everyone to follow Jigyasa, follow me, follow SaugaTalks because hey, there are a amount of people who really willing to help. It's never been easy as it is right now on LinkedIn. Okay, people so generous. I've made
Yeah,
such tremendous digital friendships just recently. All right, and people genuinely want to support each other, and that's what makes us human. So no matter where technology is on this, Jigyasa,
exactly.
thank you so very much for your time today. In conclusion, I do want to leave our audience with few takeaways because we did talk about 5 trends for AI, right? Generative AI, we talked about data regulations, metaverse, low code, no code, and explainable AI even, right? Just to summarize, what kind of takeaways you would like to leave our audience with?
Definitely, one thing that I'd say is these trends are again trends. Things change months, every month, every day, every year. So the idea would be to know about the trends, have a surface level knowledge about each of them, but always choose your specialization. Go deep into it so that you are indispensable to the organization that you work for.
Beautiful, beautiful. Jigas, I so appreciate your time.
Thank you so
Absolutely. It's
much for
pleasure
having me.
speaking with you. It's a pleasure. Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Happy 2023, everyone. Best times are here. And yeah, take care.